Hello and welcome to the Daily Downbeat. Today's song is More Than a Feeling from Boston's self-titled debut album, which was released in 1976. This song is a classic. Most people are going to know what More Than a Feeling sounds like. But there's a little bit of a storyline in there, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the lyrics. But before we do, go ahead and click that subscribe button, go ahead and give me some comments. We'd love to hear from you guys, and so we're going to get straight to those lyrics. I looked out this morning and the sun was gone. Turned on some music to start my day. I lost myself in a familiar song. I closed my eyes and I slipped away. When I'm tired and thinking cold, I hide in my music, forget the day. And I dream of a girl I used to know. I closed my eyes and she slipped away. She slipped away. It's more than a feeling when I hear that old song they used to play. And I begin dreaming till I see Marianne walk away. And so it's pretty evident to see that he is not as happy with where he's at now and sort of longs for a time and relationship from the past. And so when he listens to this song, it brings him back to his past and a time when he enjoyed things more. And, it's interesting because our faith can sometimes be like that. You know, when you first make that declaration to Christ and your salvation is new and fresh, you've got all these feelings that go with it and all these emotions. And in some ways, I kind of think that marriage and relationships and things of that nature are the same way. You know, there's a book entitled After Every Wedding, There's a Marriage. And it's kind of the same way with our faith. You know, after salvation comes the journey and the walk. And sometimes there's a lot of stuff in there that's not as easy to think about. And so, it's more than that initial feeling that keeps us going and keeps us moving in the right direction. And, when it comes to our spiritual walk, it's faith that's behind there as well. And so there's a lot to say about that. And I think we can go to Hebrews 11, 1 through 3 and really kind of talk about that there. And so that reads, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. Through their faith, the people in days of old earned a good reputation. By faith, we understand that the entire universe was formed at God's command, that what we now see did not come from anything that can be seen. And so there's this underlying, not feeling, but faith that even when things are tough, even when you're going through a storm, even when you're going through some sort of battle in life, the declaration that has been made to us by our Creator and the promises that He's made tell us that we're going to come out of that. We're going to come, full tilt with that. And so, there's going to be times in our faith where we're struggling and where that feeling, so to speak, isn't quite what we expect it to be. And sometimes I think that's a misconception about the Christian faith. So many, accept it and then don't want anybody to ever know that they struggle or that they have a hard time. And for some reason, they feel like their faith is challenged if they're feeling any of those things, or if they're frustrated with God and they're crying out to Him. At some point they feel like as if their faith is waning or something for having that discussion. But quite honestly, I think that's real. I think that's a real discussion. When you're going through struggles and you're going through battles in life, who do you turn to? Are you going to, become embittered and upset with the world, or are you going to turn to your Father and really kind of talk those things through? And I think it's a healthy discussion to let out frustration and let out, what it is that's actually bothering us. And so really, that's what today's about. The fact that this song talks about the feeling that he had in the past and he's not quite content with where he's at now. Well, faith can sometimes be the same way, but we're not content with this earthly vessel and this earthly life we live. We're content with the fact that we know what's yet to come. And when we have those struggles and have those doubts and those, fears and whatever, we need to reach out not only to him, but to others that are in the faith as well. And we need to know that there's people that don't even have a faith to hold on to, that are looking for others to talk them up as well and to give them some sort of hope. And so, this is a journey that's not only from one person of faith to another person of faith. This is a human journey. This is one to share with your neighbors, with your family, your friends. And just because they're not believers doesn't mean that they can't, rely on you to maybe try to grab some of that faith, hope, and love that you have and that you've been given, and to pass that on to them. And at some point that light bulb may click that, wow, what is it that they've got that even though they're going through this tough time, they're still hopeful and still see something in the future worth obtaining. And so, there's a lot in there, a lot to ponder, a lot to think about, but know that your faith is more than a feeling. It may have started off from that, but it is a journey, and it is driven by his magnificence and his hope. So that's really it for today. Hope you guys are doing well. Look forward to talking. Be sure to check out this week's podcast with Jeff Rogers. Good stuff in there. And like we said before, subscribe, like, comment. We'd love to hear from you. That's it for today. You can take this all to the bank. Take care, and we'll catch you tomorrow.